Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. Heavily requested because VeChain also, like the entire crypto market, did crash down recently after it reached my target area that was on the chart or has been on the chart since November. So the Elliott wave method has been able to give us these price targets in this flat correction where we made an impulsive move up back in April 21. We then came down in this first corrective wave. This is, in my opinion, when this whole bear market actually started. We had an impulsive wave down, which was a wave A, which is part of an overall correction. Then we had a wave B to the upside here. It was not an overshooting wave B. Anyone who's been following my channel here for a while knows that certain cryptocurrencies created or made, or well, the chart produced an overshooting wave B, which is why it was getting so difficult really to detect this bear market, because some cryptos, like for example Bitcoin, they moved in November and generally in autumn above their previous all-time high. Not many cryptos did that, but there are a number of cryptos that did it, and therefore, especially as Bitcoin did it, that made it so difficult to detect. This chart is actually a perfect chart for a correction as we want to see it in such an overall higher level correction. A wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 to the downside, within this an ABC, and normally we would have expected VeChain to turn around in this yellow target area. Now, it is currently back in this target area. Why is this target area so relevant? So first of all, this is the region between the 88.7% Fibonacci level, 3.3 cents. We reached it. It was always here on the chart, the 3.3 cent level. We reached it. We are currently exactly there, exactly at one of the ideal targets for completing this correction. This is just one area where normally cryptocurrencies, but also stocks and shares in such a wave 2 complete their correction. Now, this was the lower support, and then we also had the first target was the low from July. Here, end of July, we produced a price of around 5.5 cents. And this was the first target for this overall correction, because in such a correction, you ideally produce a price that comes below the low of the wave A. And we've reached it after 5-6 months. Yeah, I've been talking about it. And the little bit of a problem is now that VeChain, like many other cryptos, did drop below this lowest support level, below this 88.7% Fibonacci level. That is pretty much the last Fib level that you can get. And historically, anything that drops for a longer period below these levels has a risk of never recovering again. Now, this doesn't mean it can't go up anymore, but it could mean that in the next bull run, for example, we're only going to see a lower high. It's too early to say that at the moment, yeah, because VeChain at the moment, it is back in this target area. However, it's high risk, yeah, it's high risk. So we had here this descending wedge on the chart. You can even, or maybe a channel out of which we dropped to the downside. We're now trying to get back into this wedge, or even into this target area. And this is exactly what the price is now fighting with. VeChain really needs to do it. VeChain needs to, well, the bulls need to give everything here to help VeChain out of the mess. Because if the price stays below 3.3 cents, in my opinion, it may not end well for VeChain. There is one more support level where I think the price could have, you know, one sort of final support, which would be here at 2.2 cents. But it doesn't change the situation that we've dropped below that 88.7% Fibonacci level. And it is just one level. If cryptocurrencies, and it's the same for stocks and shares, historically, just and statistically, when they drop below that last level of support on the Fib ladder, it is not good for a recovery. Now, that might mean it will take them much longer to recover. It might mean they will never recover. Yeah. And this is just a problem, and I have to highlight the risk here very clearly. I highlighted the risk for various coins already in the last few days and weeks, and I have to say very clearly here that generally in the crypto market there is high risk, absolute high risk, due to the volatility, and due to the volatility you have this risk to drop below these certain levels. And I don't want to scare anyone, and I said that in the last few days many times. I find it I have the responsibility, because I've seen it many times in the past, to flag up that below this level there is a chance of coins dying. Yeah, I'm not saying VeChain will die. I'm invested in VeChain as well, but objectively this is just what happens. And again, it doesn't mean they have to die, but the risk increases. The risk increases, yeah, because here is normally really last exit where the correction needs to finish. And if a coin isn't able to do it, we get big problems, yeah, generally. Another situation that we currently have in the crypto market, and also I don't know if everybody understands the situation. What needs to happen to complete the correction is a capitulation. It is a despair phase. It is when people give up. I don't think we are there yet. So the downside potential still is there. But also what we have never really, and I'm not aware of a situation in the world history where we have had so many assets dropping so significantly in such a short period of time as we've seen it here with the crypto market recently. This has been a massive correction. It has even come down a little bit lower for the altcoins than I expected. And I've been talking about this since November. The fact that we have in the crypto market now a bigger and basically the biggest market cap we've ever had when we had the all-time high, and the money that has been lost since then, such a crash and such a volatility, I'm not aware that we've ever had that before. If you know a situation, let me know. But this is just in one, just in sort of in one asset range. This is huge, and this is something that is new, and we don't know how this is going to turn out. Yeah, but my view, of course, is that we're going to recover from here even quickly, but I just have to flag up the risk for certain coins. So what does VeChain now need to do? It should definitely give its best to move into this target area again, move above the 3.3 cent level. At the moment, the bulls and the bears are fighting around this level, and we really need to give our best here. And I really have to highlight the risk. If VeChain isn't able to do it, well, it could drop down to 2.2 cents. If it drops below that, even bigger problems, okay? So this is just the critical level. There's no reason to talk about anything else. First of all, it needs to get above that 3.3 cent level. That is absolutely important. And sustainable price increases only possible when we break above the wave A low here, so 5.5 cents. That is the next level, but we're far away from that. So key resistance levels here, 3.3 cents, high risk at the moment, 4.3 cents, and then 5.6 cents. Above that, we have here the 78.6 Fib level, but it's too early to talk about that. We first need to move higher, and I will update you anyway when things happen here. And to the downside, of course, previous swing high, which is pretty much that 2.3 cent level, 2.4. Below that, the very last level that we even have here on the chart is basically a cent. But if you drop below a cent, and even if you're there, I think that could be it for VeChain. I'm very honest with you. As much as I like VeChain, and as much as I have invested in it, I'm not going to sell now. Absolutely not. My way of risk management is to diversify across various coins and put an emphasis into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also Cardano. And that's just a historical situation that I bought into Cardano very early. And then across the altcoins, I'm just spreading my risk out. So if 1, 2, or 3, even 3 or maybe 4 die, that's it. But it might wipe out only 10% of my portfolio, maybe 15, which I will recover in the next bull run. But yeah, this is high risk. I just have to say it like that, right? So until we break above 3.3 cents, there isn't really any reason to talk about anything else. I just want to highlight the risk in this situation here. And there's also no reason to look at the indicators, because we need to break above that level. And yeah, we are here at 3.3, but the bulls and the bears are really fighting currently. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is a bit of hope here. The 8-hour chart, MACD, maybe we're going to get to a bullish crossover, might be a buy signal, but that level is just crucial. Here, bullish crossover on the 4-hour, but this now needs to translate over onto the 8-hour and the daily. And I think only when on the daily you see a bullish crossover happen, and we're far away from that, could happen, far away from that, then this could save VeChain. And so we need to wait for that and hope for the best here. Yeah, so that's where we are. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.